everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome here if you are new. If you are new here, my name is Molly. Thank you for clicking on my video today. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys, sit down and talk to you guys all about my experience with going to therapy for the past 4 years, because it's something that has changed my life so much. It's made my life so much better, and it has come to my attention that May is the month of Mental Health Awareness Month. So I wanted to make a little mental health related video for you guys. I've always just been super passionate about mental health, and I actually almost went to college for psychology just because I am super into it and I thought I wanted to become a therapist. One day maybe I will do that, but not right now. Right now, since I'm not a therapist, I figured I would talk to you guys about my experience with therapy. Yeah, I've been seeing a therapist for 4 years now. I think it was the summer going into my junior year of high school, so I think it was like 4 or 5 years now. I just want to kind of let you guys know about my overall journey with therapy and how I've liked it. So when I was in high school, I realized I needed to see a therapist and get some help for some mental health problems that I was having. I couldn't do it on my own. I needed professional help. So I decided to look for a therapist, and actually the first therapist I ever went to was my sister's therapist, which I don't know how that worked. I don't know how that was even legal, because I don't think you're legally allowed to see the same therapist as anyone in your family unless it's like a joined meeting. But I think it was because she wasn't seeing the therapist anymore while I was seeing her, so I think that's how it worked out. But regardless, I did go to my sister's therapist based off of like her recommendation, and I had 2 sessions with this therapist, and I just realized that she wasn't the person for me, like the therapist for me. This is the thing about therapy, you guys, and if I get anything across in this video, like, make it be this that gets across to you, because therapy is kind of like a relationship. Like, you just know when you click with a person and you know when you don't click with a person. Like, if you're dating someone, you know if it works, you know if you click, but you also know if it doesn't. And this is the thing with therapy, it's like you just know when you know that the therapist is the right person, or vice versa. If they're not the right person, you will know. And that's kind of what happened with this first therapist. I kind of just knew that I wasn't going to be able to open up to this person. Not that there's anything wrong with the person or anything, it's not the therapist's fault. Well, in some cases it probably is, but not for me. It wasn't that. It was just like we didn't work. We didn't have that, you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't that feeling of comfort or anything. So I ended up leaving that therapist, and then I found another one. I don't remember how I found this person. It was a younger girl, so I figured, okay, maybe I'll be able to connect to someone that's closer to my age a little bit better. No, I think I got into like 2 or 3 sessions with this person. It did not click for me, and then I kind of just gave up for a while. I was like, all right, maybe it's just that therapy is not my thing. And I waited a while. This was like 4 years ago, so I don't remember the logistics of how this time span played out, but I remember it being a little while. And then I decided to try again, so I started online researching therapists in this area that I live, and I come across this website of a therapist's office, like a counseling center in my hometown where I live, very close to me, like 5 minutes up the street. So I was like, okay, and it had great reviews. It had, like, you know, the best reviews out of all of them. So I was like, all right. I'm scrolling through the website, and on this website they have you fill something out, basically to just say what your issues are, you know, what you need to go to therapy for. So I fill it out, and then they basically just kind of pair you with who they think you would work well with. And there was a list of probably like 10 people, and the people's picture, a little picture of the person. And I don't know what made me choose this one lady, which is my therapist now. I don't know what made me choose her. It was just kind of like a inkling to choose this person, and I'm so glad that I did. So I chose my therapist, this woman who is still my therapist to this day, and I, you know, set up my meeting, or however it went back then, I don't know. I went to my first meeting. Obviously I was super shy in the beginning. I was like really nervous going into therapy, because it's hard to open up to a complete stranger about such heavy issues going on in your life. Sorry guys, I had to go take that ponytail out of my hair because I didn't like the way it looked. I'm just not having a good hair day. Whatever. Back to the story. So, as I said, I was really nervous because, you know, you're talking to someone, a stranger, about things going on in your life that are big things or important things or things you're struggling with, and you don't know this person. So I was obviously very shy, and I was also really young, and when I was in high school, I was not as confident with speaking as I am now, and I think that therapy actually helped me a lot with that. I was more shy and I just didn't have the confidence to open up to someone back then. So I still went, and I just felt more comfortable with the therapist that I was going to, my current therapist. We'll just call her Jane because I don't want to give her real name away. So I felt very comfortable with Jane, and I just felt like I could open up to this person, and I felt like I don't know, I could kind of let my barrier, my walls down a little bit more, although it still was hard for me. And that's kind of what I want to talk about now is don't let, if you think that you need therapy, if you want to go to therapy but are like apprehensive to do so, don't let your like nervousness, don't let your like shyness or anything like that hold you back, because that's one of the things that you can work on when you go to therapy. Don't let it hold you back, because if it does, then you're going to be missing out on something that could really, really help you. And I think that I am just so grateful that I pushed through those nerves, and I just pushed through like my shyness and my insecurities, and just let myself open up to this person and build a relationship and friendship even with my therapist. Like, you know, not in a weird way, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like when I talk to my therapist, I feel like I'm just talking to my friend, because I just feel very close to this person. I just feel very comfortable, and I think that is like the number one thing. Like I said, you will know if you click with someone. Literally, if you have to go through 10 therapists to find the one. Like, it's just like dating, or it's just like friendships. You know, you have to go through people in life to find the right ones. That's just how life is. So it's the same thing with finding a therapist. So don't let like a bad connection with a therapist make you not want to go to therapy, because you could be really missing out on some help. Now I've been going to therapy for 4 or 5 years. I don't know exactly what it is, and I absolutely love it. I look forward to my therapy sessions. It's not even so much that I need so much help anymore. I mean, definitely I still struggle with some mental health problems, but sometimes I, you know, go to therapy and I realize I don't really have much to talk about, and sometimes I'll cancel a session or something because I don't have much to talk about, and I'm like, well, this would just be a waste of time. But sometimes I go to therapy even if I don't have much to talk about, because things come out when you're talking, and for me, it's like important for me as a person mentally to just talk. And that's like one of the reasons I do YouTube and I have a podcast, because I like to talk and I organize my brain and my thoughts through talking, and that's what I need when I go to see my therapist. Is just I like to just talk through my life and work things out, even if I'm just doing all the rambling and she's just kind of talking, and then we'll throw in like her thoughts and advice. It just helps me so much, because I get to talk about things going on and I get to work things out in my own way. I get to organize my brain's thoughts, and I just kind of get to like throw it all at her, and then if she has anything to say, that's another thing about therapy. Don't like think of it as just like you're sitting there and someone's analyzing your brain. Like, that's really not what it is. It's kind of like you just talk about whatever you want to talk about, and I've developed such a sense of being self-aware of things in my life and knowing when things are going well for me or things are going bad for me, and I've developed a sense of awareness, and I think that that is a great thing that's come out of it for me. And I think I have the capability now to just figure out what I need for myself. And all right, well, now there's landscapers outside, so sorry if you can hear them, but I gotta work with what I got here. Therapists are gonna help you work out whatever is going on in your head, and you're kind of gonna do most of the working it out even if you don't realize it, but you're kind of just gonna like talk, and they're just gonna throw in their 2 cents and help you to figure out coping mechanisms with certain things. And then honestly, as you continue on in your life and your process, for me at least, I have really just taken in everything that my therapist has taught me, and now I can apply it to my own life, and I don't need to keep asking her about the same things. I just kind of get to talk to her now. Here's another thing. I think that especially when you're younger, like when you're in high school and you're growing up, I think it's very important. That landscaper is driving me nuts. I think as you're growing up, it's super important to have an adult that you trust, that's, you know, aside from your parents. I have a very close relationship to my parents, so I'm lucky there, but it's nice to have another adult figure to, you know, kind of feel comfortable with and feel like you can go to, because a lot of like kids, they have teachers or coaches or somebody, like some type of adult figure that they can feel comfortable talking to and can go to, you know, with anything really. And I never really had that with any of my teachers. I never had like too close of a relationship where I would, you know, kind of open up to teachers. I just never had that with any of my teachers. And I didn't play sports, so I didn't have that with a coach or anything. And when I did play sports, my dad was my coach for softball. It's been nice for me over the years to have an adult figure that I feel comfortable with and I can go to and get like adult advice. And she's a professional therapist. So honest to God, I think everybody should go to therapy, even if you don't have a mental health disorder or like mental health problem. I think it's really a good thing to just have in life, to talk to somebody, to be able to open up about things in life. It's just nice to have that outlet to just like throw your emotions and then feel so much better when you leave. So like I said, if you are, you know, feeling like you need to see a therapist or you're feeling nervous about it, you're gonna be nervous about it. I mean, it's just kind of inevitable when you're going into something completely new that you have no idea how it's gonna go. I feel like human instinct is to be nervous and be a little bit apprehensive about doing so, but don't let that get in the way of trying, because it could really change your life like it did for me. I'm just really glad that I never gave up on trying to find somebody that I worked well with. Also, the last thing I want to touch on is that I know that obviously with these times of the coronavirus and being in quarantine and all that, well, number one, a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions can be rising, so it might be the best time to start seeing a therapist. And obviously I know you can't go to a therapist's office, at least not in Massachusetts. I don't know what's open in other states. I know some states are like starting to open back up, but I don't know. I know for me, my therapist is doing online therapy, so we've had 2 sessions so far while being at home, and we do it on Google Hangouts, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's obviously not the same, but I don't know, I think it's nice to just have therapy from my bed. Like I literally sit in my bed and talk to my therapist. It's really nice. But if you don't already have a therapist, I know that there are many online therapy like platforms that you can try out. I don't want to give advice about, you know, which ones are good, which ones are bad, because I don't know. I have no idea. But you can definitely research that. There are also many hotlines, so please take advantage of those if you do need them. Know that there are ways to get help and there are people to talk to. You can talk to me. My DMs are always open for anybody that needs help or advice. Obviously I'm not professional, but I do like this stuff and I do like to help people. So if you ever feel lonely or you need help or something, I'm here. But also there are professionals out there that can help you probably better than I could. But just utilize the internet. There are so many things on the internet that can help you. The sun keeps going in and out and it's really annoying because the lighting in this video is probably changing a lot, and I'm sorry, I apologize. But that is going to wrap up this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little chat sesh about therapy. It truly has changed my life and it's just made me a stronger, more confident person, and I'm very grateful for that. I really recommend it if you do think that it's something for you. So with all of that being said, I hope you have a great day or night, whatever time it is when you are watching this. I will see you this week with a brand new episode. I have many videos coming that I'm very excited about, so just be on the lookout for those. I hope everybody's doing well and staying healthy and safe during these uncertain times, and I hope that soon things go back to normal, but I don't know. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.
No worries.